Oh, because I am. Let's get this camera straight. Boop. That's about right. And we getting too good at this, y'all. We are getting too good at this. Let me see if I can get the. Yeah, we don't want to talk too soon. There we go. Let me see. Let me see. Make sure we got it. That's what we need that little extra minute for, you know? And then I got to make sure my tie is straight all the time and all the way up to the top. That's right. Got to make sure that we're nice and together this morning. We got the little, what's that? The metallics or the Spider-Man tie on this morning. And D.O.J releases Ghislaine Maxwell's transcripts. Public, not satisfied. How you guys doing this morning? Let's go. Tuesday morning, y'all. Another one. Time to get to work. Don't worry. Just push through. I got a lot of work to do myself. I got to start the show. And y'all complaining like it's a lot to get done. How you doing, Rebecca? How you doing, Liberty? What's up over there, Mark? How y'all doing this morning? Let's go. I'm ready to go. Time to start the show. Let's get it, yo. It's time to get it, yo. Yo, 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 yo. And if you can give us any response, my friend, at any time, we would solely appreciate that. So let's try to get them going, y'all. Let's warm them up. Let's warm them up. It's got a long time to go before we start the show. Time for you guys to come on in. Say hello to your friends. Sit down and blend until the show ends. Come on, let's go. Yeah. What? And I don't know why I be doing this to myself. I don't know why I be putting myself to the test. I said, you know what? That used to be your favorite song when you were little. You got this. You got this. And then I remembered, I don't know the words, but you know what? Doom, doom, doom. Where did you come from, lady? And ooh, won't you take me there right away? Won't you, baby? Tenderoni, you got to be. Spark my name so sugar fly with me. I said, don't you know now is the perfect time. We can make it right, hit the city lights. Then tonight, ease the love and pain. Let me take you to the max. I ain't gonna try that part. I want to love you. Come on, y'all, PYT, pretty young thing. How dare you try to do a Michael Jackson song? Why did you try to do that? Because it's Tuesday. And what? If pump that beat. It's Tuesday the 26th. That's right, y'all. 2025. I'm your host, Bugatti NYC, and this here's our bottom line. Where we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that. And that when we be talking about this and that and that and this and this and that just got me pissed. But guess what? It don't go right every morning. We already know that from experiences. What we always say every day, problems present opportunities. Guess what? Got the date wrong. I know. What is it? The 28th over here with my bad eyes? Yeah, that's the 26th or the 28th. One of these days out here. I'm right. I was right. 26th. But that joint just messed us up. But you know what? We don't care because problems present opportunities and sometimes things happen like that. And you know what? He woke us up for a reason. And guess what? That reason is to get it right again tomorrow. Internet mess up one day, we back again. Something messes up with the computer, we back again. What does that show? That your boy is a survivor. I'm gonna make it. I'm not gonna give up. and everybody in the comments. Y'all know how we get down over here. Because I always tell you, y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me this morning, I appreciate you. Let's see who we got here this morning, this beautiful Tuesday morning. We've got Casey. We got Liberty and Justice. We got Batty Lynn up in the building. I see my homegirl up in here from Grand Rapids, Michigan. Her name is Rebecca Lanyen Bueno. I'm going to say it, chiming in from Grand Rapids, Michigan. We're going to keep on moving forward this morning. Who else we got up in here? Okay, Casey saying good morning from everybody. I see what y'all ready to do. Who else we got up in here? I see John 13. What's up, John? How you doing this morning? Hope everything is going fantastic for you and the family. Prayed up for everybody the other day, and we keep everybody in these co-hosts and all our comments in our prayers, because that's what it's all about, you guys. We got to keep on moving forward. Like I always tell you guys, I got 5 on it. I'm going to stack 5 videos. You guys going to stay on topic. This way, we make sure that we have a great show going on. I'm going to ask you guys to do something that we don't normally do. Let's hit those like buttons right now. Let's go ahead. If we already know that we already like each other and we already know how we get down, let's go ahead and start tapping in and hitting those like buttons as soon as we move in to let everybody know where we at, what we're doing. That's going to start it up. I'm going to do my part of the show and keep on moving forward, because guess what I got? I got a full clip, and it's time for me to do what? Let's get into these titles. It's time for me to start talking and get to work. What do I say? It's Trump. D.O.J. releases Ghislaine Maxwell transcripts. Public, not satisfied. Not satisfied, not impressed, too little, too late. They're asking for more. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. What else we got here? We got Kilmore, Abrego, Garcia. He's facing deportation to Uganda if he does not accept the plea, because guess what he got? Locked up, and they're trying to send him to Uganda. Ooh. Yeah, baby, let's keep on moving forward. South Florida restaurant scaling back or closing due to rising costs. I have friends in the restaurant business. Trust me, it's not a lucrative business. Sometimes when you lose people or when you can't pay for somebody, you've got to step in as the owner. It's a lot of stuff going on out here, you guys. Let's get into it. I got a lot that I want to show you guys, honestly. Good morning. How you guys doing this morning? Tap in. Let me know where you're tapping in from. Make sure that you always let me know where you're tapping in from, everybody. Everybody, good morning. We got to get right over to this situation right here, because Kilmore Abrego Garcia, that's right, he's pushing to get his they're pushing to push him to get out of, to deport Kilmore Abrego Garcia to Uganda. Let's go. Let's get into this, you guys. Let's go. Oh, it's already up. That's what that's back there. That's what that is back there. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Good morning, everybody. Happy Tuesday morning. Let's go. Let's get into it.
Turning himself into immigration officials at an ICE field office in Baltimore just a few hours ago. He and his wife shared a tear-filled goodbye, and then Abrego Garcia was quickly taken into ICE custody. Now, the Department of Homeland Security says he's being processed for deportation. He spoke to the crowd of supporters and protesters beforehand through an interpreter.
To all the families who have been separated, or to all the families who have been threatened with family separation, this administration has hit us hard. But I want to tell you guys something. God is with us, and God will never leave us. God will bring justice to all of the injustice that we are suffering.
CNN's Priscilla Alvarez is following Abrego Garcia's case. So Priscilla, Garcia's attorney suggested this morning that they did not know he was going to be arrested this morning, and they were told he was just actually going to be interviewed by ICE officials when they went there. So what happened?
Well, the intention was that it was a mandatory check-in where an interview would happen, but his attorney did expect that it was possible that he would be detained. That is something that Trump administration officials have repeatedly said was an option if and when he was released from criminal custody, which happened last Friday in Tennessee. Now, I was there on the ground, and it all happened really within an hour. Abrego Garcia, as you see there, spoke to the crowd, thanked his family and community organizers, as well as religious leaders, and then embracing his wife, went up to the federal building along with his attorney, where he turned himself into Immigration and Customs Enforcement.
I'm gonna be honest with you guys. I'm not gonna give any opinion yet on this because y'all gonna get me early, and I don't want to start this morning off like that. But I'm gonna let President Trump give you what his take is on the fact that Abreu Garcia got arrested, as well as some follow-up with Pam Bondi.
3 months, hard to believe this one too. In the last 3 months, we've had 0 people come into our country illegally through the southern border. Nobody would have said that's possible. Yeah, please.
Thank you, Mr. President. Today, MS-13 gangbanger and human trafficker Kilmar Abreu Garcia turned himself into ICE in Baltimore. Do you have any comment on this? And why are the Democrats so emotionally attached to this man who beats his wife and is part of a terrorist organization?
Because they think he's going to be good for votes, and I think he's very bad for votes. These people are deranged. He's not good for votes. He beat the hell out of his wife. His wife is afraid to even talk about him. She's been mauled by this animal. And, through a system of liberal courts, he's doing things. But, no, we have that under control. And Pam has got that very much under control. Do you want to comment on it?
No, we've got him under control. He will no longer terrorize our country. He's currently charged with human smuggling, including children. The guy needs to be in prison. He doesn't need to be on the streets like all these liberals want him to be. And as part of this operation here in DC, we've also taken off MS-13 members. We've taken, I think just last night, we got a TDA guy off our streets right here, right around from where we all worked. Another TDA member gone because of this project. So we're going to keep America safe.
I want to know what you guys think about this right
From
here.
all of these
Because
foreign
I know
terrorists.
people have two sides to it, people thinking both ways. So I want to be fair. I want to know what everybody's basically thinking about this situation right here, guys. What do you guys think? Do you think it's good that Kilmar Abreu Garcia got arrested and going to be possibly deported to Uganda? Or do you think that that's a bad thing? Remember, he does not have his rights. I don't think he's legal to be here. And my question is, on top of that, is do you feel that people that are in the United States, in order to get their citizenship, should be able to speak the language? I have a question about that. That's what I always wanted to know. I think it should be something that may be required, at least at some stage, or you're trying to learn the language in order to communicate with people. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. They're trying to say that Trump may have a civil rights claims against who? Sherman's having relations. Sherman's having relations. None other than Sherman Clump's mother, Letitia James. Let's go, you guys. Let's keep on moving forward. Let's keep on moving forward. It's Tuesday, y'all. What y'all got cracking this morning? Let's go. Let's get into it. I ain't playing. I'm ready. Let's go. Let's go.
News now on President Trump's New York criminal trial. An appeals court has just thrown out the massive civil fraud penalty levied against the president by New York Attorney General Letitia James. She accused and convicted Trump of exaggerating his wealth.
Just a reminder here, this was a $515 million penalty we're talking about. Judge Andrew Napolitano, he's here on set to break it all down. Judge, big revelation today. Yeah. Take us through.
So just to clarify, this is not the criminal prosecution of Donald Trump in which he was convicted of 34 felonies for supposedly falsifying bookkeeping. This is the civil fraud action against Donald Trump. The allegations were that he exaggerated his wealth, and as a result of those exaggerations, got more favorable treatment from the banks.
Deutsche Bank case.
Right. Even though Deutsche Bank said we didn't lose a nickel and we would do business with him tomorrow. The penalty was $500 million. 5 minutes ago, the appellate division of the Supreme Court of the state of New York, which heard the appeals 7 months ago, said this penalty is so extraordinary, it violates the provision of the Constitution of the United States, which prohibits cruel and unusual punishments. We're throwing it out. We are not necessarily throwing out the portion of the penalty that keeps a monitor in place to run the Trump organization, but we're throwing out the $500 million penalty. This is
And that's because the bank is like, we already made profit off of that. Shoot, we'll give him more money. Hey, it's a long shot, but guess what? We made money with him. Okay, I've been corrected in the comments. Someone's letting me know that Kilmar Abreu Garcia is legal to be here. I stand corrected. Unless you guys know something I don't. I have no problem with being corrected. Just let me know, because I don't know. I don't know everything. I'm not perfect. I ain't God. Let's keep on moving forward, you guys. And thanks for the update. Maxwell in Tennessee, she's been asked directly to respond to the questions, Ghislaine Maxwell, and asked if she participated in any of Jeffrey Epstein's abuse. That's what they've actually asked her. In those loads of questions that Todd Blanche asked her, that was one of the questions that he basically asked her.
Some of these women have said, oh yes, Ms. Maxwell was there, to varying degrees. She saw me there. The door was open when I was there, and then much more egregious, right? That you participated and that you were part of it. And so, what I really want you to have an opportunity to say to us is where on the spectrum the truth is, whether it's somewhere in the middle, whether it's one extreme or another extreme. Understanding, in my mind, I'm talking about 1994, 5 to whenever, late 90s, early 2000s.
And let me just interrupt. And all I would say is we're not here to say anything one way or the other about Epstein. I agree with you that the evidence is overwhelming against him, and he's his own person and has to deal with that. But Ghislaine can speak about what she knows,
yes,
and from her point of view and what she did, and that's what.
2, no. 3, no. 4, no. 5, no. 6. Now, in that time frame, you have the allegations of Jane, who I dispute. I don't think he met her till she was.
Let's not talk about individuals.
Oh, no, I'm just saying.
Yeah, I'm
but there's only. So in that time period, I'm only aware of her. I'm aware of a girl who said, but and those I don't know of any others, and if there are other people who are making allegations about it, I'm not actually aware of them. I may have read them in the, but I don't know. So I think in the early 90s period, I think I'm fairly confident, and I can say that at least as characterized, it's just false. It's just
false. You're a liar. I don't believe nothing that you got to say. You're saying whatever you have to say in order to get your time reduced. She has an appeal coming up, y'all. Don't believe nothing that this lady's saying. Already been brought up on perjury. Already been accused by over 100 people that she had involvement. Of course she's gonna say no. Keep on moving forward. I don't even want to hear from her. And that's why I understand what the victims' family members are saying. Because you're not even hearing as much from the victims or the family members than you're hearing from her. Let's keep on going, yo, because Trump says that Intel agreed to give the U.S. 10% equity stake in the company. Do you think that's legal, or do you think that there's something good, or that's a good thing? Intel, the chip maker, I think that it's possibly not a good thing, because now the country has interest in it. So let's say, for instance, they'd be like, well, we're having a problem. If Intel contacts the government and say, we're having a problem with such and such, now the government is going to want to get involved with that because of their 10% interest. Just something that I'm thinking about. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. That's why I don't agree with everything everyone does. I don't throw people under the bus, but if it don't really make sense or if it's shaky, I question it.
Behind, as you know, compared to Jensen and some of our friends, NVIDIA, some of the people and the people in, because Intel should have never been. Intel was the biggest, most powerful chip company in the world. And then they started leaving, and they started going to foreign countries, in particular Taiwan. And if we had a president who would have said, okay, you can go to Taiwan, but we're going to put a 100% tariff or a 200 or 300 or a 500% tariff, anybody that sells into the United States has to pay. They wouldn't have left. They would have never left, and we wouldn't have. So in the meantime, we had people that were, in some cases, good politicians that weren't good on trade. I loved that man, but he was not good on trade. I totally disagree. He allowed the car industry to be taken out of this country. We lost 50% of our car industry. But that's all coming back. It's all coming back. But if somebody would have said that with Intel, would be a giant right now. Now, with that, they've had some bad management over the years, and they got lost. And I said, I think you should pay us 10% of your company. And they said, yes. That's about $10 billion. I don't get it.
I understand that, buddy. And we rock on some stuff, but not on that. Too much interest in some kind of play that the government can have involved in. Y'all call me what y'all want. No, y'all gonna throw me under the bus for it, but I don't agree with everything my mother said. Okay, keep on moving forward now. We got breaking news. Peter Navarro lays out information of what happened after the FBI agent was shockingly fired. Come on, y'all. Let's get over to some Peter Navarro information right here. I like the way he actually approaches and talks sometimes.
One is the weaponization of government and lawfare. The other is I'll work through the EU deal today, which is just absolutely epic. And what I like to do is just talk about this lawfare issue, take a few questions, and then go to. What I want to talk first about there's an article that appears today in Breitbart News, which deals essentially with an FBI agent named Walter Giardina, who was recently fired by Kash Patel, the FBI director. And the media, led by the New York Times, is trying to make this guy a martyr. And this is the same guy that put me in handcuffs, put me in leg irons, and led a totally unnecessary arrest with armed FBI agents at Reagan Airport. And bought my fiance, and he's a man who I will now show you really helps understand what has been a long-term, consistent, weaponized attack on Donald John Trump going back to 2016. So I want to walk you through the arc of that. We start with the Steele dossier. Christopher Steele writes this thing paid for by Hillary Clinton. It was always a propaganda piece, and it became the catalyst for the Russia hoax, Crossfire Hurricane. And the first thing that Giardina did was, and this is all alleged by whistleblowers, everything I'm telling you is from whistleblowers that were reported through, and thank you, Senator Chuck Grassley, for getting this information out. He's doing a wonderful job on this. Giardina was one of the FBI agents who blessed the dossier, who basically vouched for its authenticity and therefore said Crossfire Hurricane on its way. That was a complete hoax that cost tremendous amounts of political capital, harmed the president, and was just wrong. Now, at the same time,
he got arrested during that time too. So you can see that he has personal vested interest in what's going on here. Also, when Bolton, his house got raided, you know what Trump says? Hey, do you feel like me? Mar-a-Lago got raided too. And you know, what's his wife's name? Melania? Ooh, she was peed off when Mar-a-Lago got raided, boy. She wasn't tight. She wasn't happy about that at all. Going through my underwear drawer. Are you crazy? I'm the ex-president. Are you crazy? Let's keep on moving forward, y'all. We got to get on over to San Francisco, where workers at a San Francisco Zuni Cafe are hailed as heroes for helping save customers' lives. Let's go, y'all. Let's keep it moving. We got to get all over. Let's get up out of some politics for a little while and get back to human life and some other stuff. Let's go, y'all. Good morning. It's Tuesday. It's Tuesday.
The restaurant worker tells me he had learned CPR skills years ago, but that he had never had to use it until that day when he saw a customer on the ground unconscious.
He fell here.
Rodrigo Lopez, a busser for Zuni Cafe in San Francisco, shows me the spot where he helped save a customer's life. He's worked here at the restaurant for 2 years. On Saturday, August 9th, around noon, something unexpected happened. Surveillance video shows the 35-year-old walking outside. He tells me he wanted some fresh air. Then suddenly, Rodrigo starts running towards a table of customers.
I saw him on the floor, like this.
Rodrigo says a customer had suffered what appeared to be cardiac arrest during lunch with his family. Rodrigo reacted instinctively and started doing chest compressions on the man.
Where did you do the CPR? Here. Right here. He was here. We continue CPR here.
The busser previously worked as a lifeguard and CPR instructor in Argentina and Spain for 10 years.
We were clapping for him that day. Like the whole restaurant started clapping for Rodrigo because everybody saw what he did. Guests were looking out the window and watching the whole thing right in front.
Do me a favor. I know you want to hear what he's saying, and I should not have done that. But notice the hard bread that's behind them. There's nothing but hard breads behind them. Put some olive oil on that stuff, y'all. Drink some water, because it's no joke when you try to eat some hard bread. Let's go.
In front of them.
Rodrigo's heroic actions happened on a busy Saturday afternoon. The manager says the restaurant was packed with patrons.
It was very touching. It was very emotional.
But Rodrigo credits the customer's husband who did mouth-to-mouth resuscitation and the fire department crew that arrived in minutes. Still, Rodrigo thought the man had not survived because he appeared lifeless when he was transported to the hospital. But later that day, the fire department informed Rodrigo the customer did survive. Several days later, the man returned to the restaurant to thank Rodrigo personally.
It was amazing. I think it was the best part, for me.
The customer gave Rodrigo a handwritten message along with a gift. Rodrigo tells me he doesn't consider himself a hero, but as the restaurant posted on social media, heroes don't always wear a cape. They can wear aprons too.
There y'all go. They should put a GoFundMe together for Rodrigo. They would have put some GoFundMe together for somebody else. You see, Rodrigo is out there trying to get his college funds together because he's an architect. Go ahead and double tap that screen and get those likes, y'all. I've been following up with everything you guys have to say. Good morning, all. It's Tuesday morning, y'all. What y'all got for me in these comments? Awesome Rodrigo, right? And guess what? Let's pray for Rodrigo as well as the man that his life was saved, because God said, you know what? It's not time for you, buddy, and we're gonna let you get some more time, as well as the way that Rodrigo is being praised. He deserves it. We ask that in Jesus' name. Amen. Yes, we pray for good things too. Not always bad, not always when people lose their lives. For good and more good to happen. We're going to keep on moving forward, you guys, because now we got Deputy Todd Blanche that was peppering Ghislaine Maxwell out with questions about Epstein's 50th birthday party. We're going to start going into clips back and forth. Only thing I really don't like about it is the fact that it's like mostly audio and she's just constantly lying.
The island or potentially New Mexico, but also at his Palm Beach residence or even in New York. Do you know, do you have a list of names in your head or names that come to mind of people that you know did get massages when they were with Mr. Epstein?
Like she won't tell
There's
that.
no list. There's no list of people getting massages. I don't have, I can barely recall all the people. I can barely recall. I struggle to recall actual people that I met, and I may have.
So you just lied right there. That's when a habitual liar gets so used to lying that she tells on herself. Check out what she said. There's no list. And then she said, oh, there's so many people. Watch this.
Do you have a list of names in your head or names that come to mind of people that you know did get massages when they were with Mr. Epstein?
No, there's no list. There's no list of people getting massages. I don't have, I can barely recall all the people. I can barely recall.
Yeah, there's no list. I can barely recall all the people. Yeah, so that means you know some of the people that's actually should be in that list. Let's keep going.
I struggle to recall actual people that I met, and I may have.
She struggled to recall
met a long
the
time,
people
I
she
hadn't even
met.
forgotten that about Mr. Kennedy, or I already brought it up yesterday. It just came to my mind now. So I don't have, and there's no list. There was never a list. There was no, or certainly none that I ever saw, none I ever heard of, none that I ever witnessed, none that there's no list. There's never been a list.
And you never heard Mr. Epstein talk about such a list?
Never.
What about a list that you can compile in your own head of people that you know that you did things with? How about that? You already doing Twinkie. How about talk about that? Oh, there is no list because, of course, she has an appeal coming up, y'all. Double tap that screen to get them likes up. We've been watching you, Ghislaine. We know. And now that we putting a voice with the person, because I don't even really need to see her face. And then all of a sudden we know that she's been caught perjuring twice, as well as being arrested now for 20 years. You think all of those people that said that she committed those crimes against them are lying? Come on. Meet me at the airport, Ghislaine. Get my bags. I might just be there. you're going to be there by yourself for a long time is what I'm basically trying to say. Florida, alligator Alcatraz. There's a battle that continues over the future of the detention facility in Florida. Guess what? A judge, another one. How DJ Khaled say? Another one. Another judge shuts down something Trump's trying to get done, you guys. What do you guys think about this? The fact that alligator Alcatraz basically is getting shut down. Check this out. Battle continues to over the future of alligator Alcatraz.
The future of alligator Alcatraz. A federal judge made a big ruling last week after a look at the lawsuit filed by environmental groups.
I gotta say it's stupid too.
They said the detention center is hurting wildlife and damaging the Everglades. The judge ruled alligator Alcatraz can remain operational, but with certain rules put in place. First, construction is prohibited. That includes paving, filling, excavating, fencing, and even installing lighting. Second, no more new detainees can be taken to the facility. And finally, within 60 days, the facility has to remove fencing, lighting, and
wait, y'all want to talk, and I'm with it. I'm with it. I love it when y'all want to talk. Here we go. We got somebody right here that's making a whole bunch of sense. Caleb Masteron says 1427 says Trump's gonna let Maxwell go free. And then we got somebody else that says President Perv. Good morning, been a minute, had phone problems. It's all good. Hope you're doing good, Jason. All the boomers down here love alligator Alcatraz. Oh yeah, leading the witness much. Okay, more Epstein files. Wants to curry favor with Trump. I believe you with that one. Trump, you better say that there was no list and you better be convincing. Look at Team MFH. Y'all dropping bombs this morning. That's what I'm talking about. Ain't nobody stupid on our bottom line platform.
Waste facilities installed for the detention facility. Representative Anna Escamati telling Fox 35 she hopes this could shut down the facility altogether.
This preliminary injunction, the way that it is written, and it's 80-some pages long, it's a detailed document. But the intention of this preliminary injunction is to shut down the Everglades immigrant detention camp.
And the state does plan to appeal that decision.
We'll ultimately be successful in this. It's not going to stop our resolve. We're going to continue to do what we need to do to help the Trump administration.
Look where he dares to take the picture at, right at the airplane. Like, yeah, you're still leaving, and it's free. Got a free ticket for y'all. Let's keep on moving forward. Do you think that Kilmar Abreu Garcia is going to be able to get up out of here? Do you think that? Let's see what Tom Homan. No matter of fact, no. Let's see. He just got deported. But we still got some more information on Kilmar. Let's go. ICE got him. Doom 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 doom. Doom 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 doom. Doom 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 doom. Bust it. I said ice, ice, baby. I know y'all mad at me. Doom 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 doom. Ice, ice, baby. Doom 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 doom. All right, stop. Give me your papers. You ain't got none. I'll see you later. Now go. Watch your head. Time to flow to the jail. ICE delegate. Y'all gonna kill me for that. I know it. I know y'all gonna get me for that one. But hey, I'll take it. I'm gonna take it. I had to do it. I had to have some fun this morning. Y'all too tight. Y'all too tight up right now. This is the moment when Kilmar Abreu got actually arrested and they took him into custody.
Good morning, my name is Simon
This is
Sandoval
his lawyer, you
Moschenberg.
guys.
I'm a partner at the immigration law firm. Good morning, my name is Simon Sandoval Moschenberg. I'm a partner at the immigration law firm of Murray Osorio PLLC in Maryland, Virginia, and New Jersey, and one of the many attorneys in the legal team that's been representing Kilmar Abreu Garcia. Mr. Abreu Garcia was taken into custody by ICE this morning.
You already saw it, somebody saw it, but guess what? Some people want to see what's going on. Look here, it's not about what I like. It's not about what one person likes. This platform was made for everybody. Just so you guys know, I'm gonna say it again. Not a Republican, no I'm not. I'm not a Democrat, no I'm not. Not an independent, no I'm not. I'm a human being. I used to go to platforms and people would kick me out if I didn't agree with them. So I said, you know what, we're gonna make our own platform, our bottom line. And that's why we made this one. So nobody can get kicked out as long as you're not saying nothing disrespectful. That's what this platform is for, everybody. Republicans, Democrats, independence, because I feel that if we can come together and argue, and if we can get those arguments together in a safe and respectful way, we can communicate, and then we can come to solutions. That's how we do it over here. Let's keep on moving, you guys. Let's go. Shame, shame.
As he was leaving the jail in Tennessee on Friday, he'd been given a notice requiring him to check in at 8 a.m. this morning. The notice stated that the reason was interview. Clearly that was false. There was no need for them to take him into ICE detention. He was already on electronic monitoring from the U.S. Marshal Service and basically on house arrest. The only reason that they've chosen to take him into detention is to punish him. To punish him for exercising his constitutional rights. His constitutional right to fight back against being illegally deported to El Salvador. His constitutional right to speak up through his court filings on the torture and treatment that he received in El Salvador at the direct request of our government. His constitutional right not to allow his arm to be twisted to take a guilty plea if he doesn't want to. His constitutional right to exercise his right to a jury trial on his criminal proceedings if he so chooses. And his constitutional right and his right under the Bail Reform Act to leave the prison and come home to his family. He's being punished for exercising those rights.
And I gave y'all some love because we normally go 2 minutes. So don't even try to say nothing about Bugatti. I gave y'all 2:26. So yeah, I gave y'all more than what I normally give people. We got to get on over to Venezuela because Trump says boom, boom, boom. He ain't playing with the Fort military, boy. Basically, right now, he sent them ships over there and said, yo, go do what y'all got to do and get rid of them D-Rug cartels. Y'all know what I mean when I say D-Rug cartels? Put a thumb up in the air if y'all know what I'm talking about. Also, double tap that screen to get those likes up. We're really trying to get to 50,000 members. That would be dope. If we can do that this month, that'll be fantastic. By the way, our episode 325 is airing right now. We're up to 325 episodes, y'all. Congratulations. Let's keep on going. Yeah.
In an escalation of the effort to combat illegal drug smuggling by the cartels, President Trump has ordered 3 Navy destroyers to be deployed to South American waters just off of Venezuela. Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro responding now by calling for a nationwide military enlistment and vowing to deploy millions of his own troops. The move coming months after the State Department designated several cartels as foreign terrorist organizations. Designation also given to other transnational criminal groups like MS-13 and Venezuela's own Tren de Aragua. News Nation correspondent Jorge Ventura joining us live with more tonight. And Jorge, it appears the U.S. and Venezuela are moving closer to a direct confrontation.
Natasha, that's right. We are seeing these escalating tensions between the U.S. and Venezuela. This is coming after the White House did deploy over 4,000 sailors and Marines to the waters of Latin America to potentially strike drug cartels. That's also going to be including 3 Navy destroyers. Now, we have not confirmed when those Navy destroyers will arrive, but we are expecting soon. And this is all coming as the United States continues to target Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro. Venezuelan President Maduro also responding and says he will deploy up to 5 million militia members in Venezuela. And he called the deployment a threat to Venezuela's sovereignty, saying, quote, the empire has gone mad. Washington.
Okay, empire's gone mad, but guess what, Maduro? There's $50 million on your head. So I'm guaranteeing there's probably going to be some mercenaries over there trying to collect on that 50 million. And you're probably going to have some of your own people try to double back on you. Because you know that robbers and thieves and crooks, they have no loyalty to each other. Double tap that screen and get those likes up if you guys see the content that you got going on right now and you love it, because we everywhere. We making sure that we get full content, whether it's Venezuela, whether it's Washington, whether it's New York, we gonna go there soon. Tennessee, any other place. Double tap that screen to get those likes up. We're really trying to get to that 50,000 membership. We think we deserve it. Hit that bell right there. That's the notification bell. And what that does is it lets you know when we're on. And we're on a lot. We do a lot of stuff in the field. We do a lot. Let's keep on going, you guys. I don't want to hold you guys up because now we got some frontline reporting going on. We're fighting ranges with Vladimir Putin, who demands full control. I thought y'all said last week that it was over, huh? Putin had another idea. He basically took all that stuff for propaganda, went back over to Russia, and then what? Boom, boom, boom. Started all over again. Can't trust you, Putin, at all. I swear you can't.
That Ukraine's President Zelensky led celebrations to mark the country's independence. On the day that Ukraine's President Zelensky led celebrations to mark the country's independence from the Soviet Union in 1991, we start the programme with a special report from the front line on what Ukrainians, both fighters and civilians, are having to endure. Thousands of people gathered to hear President Zelensky's defiance speech, saying they were not victims but fighters and that peace was getting closer. He and his wife laid flowers in tribute to those who lost their lives in the war. The area here in red shows how much territory Russia now has control of. But Moscow wants the whole of the Donbass region, which is rich in resources. Tens of thousands of soldiers have died on both sides for the smallest gains in territory here. Russia now controls most of it, and the fighting there is more ferocious than ever. Our international correspondent Quentin Somerville and camera journalist Darren Conway have spent the past week in the frontline town of Dobrobylia, and a warning that their report contains detail of injured soldiers, which some viewers may find distressing.
The threat comes from the skies, and Ukraine's miles of anti-drone netting only offers some protection. We're following a team of rescue volunteers to the front. There's an FPV drone, a Russian drone, overhead, so we're moving as quickly as we can to get out of here, because Russia has been targeting the evacuation convoys as well. They've come to evacuate people from the frontline town of Dobrobylia, but the Russian drone is still overhead. We're told to take cover.
Stay on the tree, stay on the tree.
The detector not only identifies drones, it sees the Russian operator's live TV signal.
I don't know how much they paying y'all to do that, but guess what? Couldn't be paying me enough. And I love doing journalism, but not that much. Y'all, do your boy a favor. Tell Mad Hatter thank you for the $5.99 super chat, because we appreciate every single dollar over here, because you ain't have to give me a jack. Even though we work hard, we appreciate it. And we always try to say, we know it's hard out here for a pimp. So we got some coffee in the kitchen. Don't worry about it. We can take care of a little bit of coffee. We got a little bit of something going on. But what we really like to do is get those likes up to let more people know that we're over here. It actually does that. You hit that like button. Hit that like button right now. All of a sudden, YouTube will get a notification and people will start coming over like, hey, what's going on over here? You see that in the comments, and then you're going to realize I did something and it made a full circle. That's what happens, you guys. Now we got to get to this suspect that lost their life after this invasion, where police say men posed as police officers in order to gain access. Got to be careful with this stuff. You already know it's a possibility depending on the neighborhood that you're living in. So two suspects now are no longer here. I'm going to let them say those other words. And this is in Houston, you guys. Step to the front of the stage, Houston.
News this morning, surveillance footage captures the moments that gunshots rang out during a violent home invasion on Houston's east side.
Police say two men posing as officers actually tried to force their way inside a home, but the owners there fired back. Our Rochelle Turner is live from that home with what we've learned this morning. Rochelle, you also spoke to neighbors.
Kathy and Brittany, good morning to you. Yes, we've been speaking to people here in the past hour or so. Many of them told us that they heard those gunshots last night, but right now they're too afraid to speak to us on camera because they tell us that these shootings happen too often. Now, here's the scene right here behind us. You can see the police here on the scene. They have been here since 11 o'clock last night. We've been seeing people try to come through here, maybe go to the other side or maybe pick someone up, and police are not letting anyone get through this area. What we can tell you is that this all happened around 11 o'clock last night. Police tell us that there were two guys. They were dressed up as if they were police officers, posed as officers. They were wearing masks. They were armed. They even had bulletproof vests and were wearing badges. They tried to go inside of a home. This is at the 4800 block of Belknap, which is right here in southeast Houston. They tried to enter that home, and that's when police tell us that the homeowners opened fire. He shot two of the suspects and then killing them here on the scene.
Wow.
And we know that right now detectives are still trying to figure out exactly who these guys are and why they were targeting this home. But I do want you to take a minute right now to listen to the surveillance video we were able to get from a neighbor. So you heard those guns.
Sounds like a little something extra to me. Being from the hood and listening and reading through what people say, they probably hid the D-rugs before the police got there, y'all. You hear me? They probably hid or said, yo, get these D-rugs out of here before police come. They was running up on somebody's spot trying to get some bread. That's what that's about. And they thought that using the cover of the police was going to help them. Ain't nobody stupid. Let's keep on moving forward, y'all. And anything short of releasing the Epstein files is a suspicion, says the attorneys for the accusers. Let's get into some Maxwell information right here at this point, you guys. Let's get into some Ghislaine a little more information here. Let's go.
Bring in NBC News Capitol Hill correspondent Melanie Zanona. And that's not Melanie. This is Eric Fudali, partner and managing attorney at the Bloom firm, representing a number of Epstein accusers. And there's Melanie. Let me start with you, my friend. Let's talk more about the Maxwell transcript in a moment, but the next shoe to drop could come from the House Oversight Committee. So what are you learning about those files the DOJ turned over?
Well, frankly, Anna, we're not learning a whole lot. And that's for two reasons. Number one, we actually don't know what's in these documents. They have not been made public yet. The committee does say that it intends to release them all publicly once it actually receives all of the documents. But they need to work with the DOJ and some of their legal teams. They want to review all the documents and redact any sensitive materials so that victims' identities are protected. So who knows how long that's going to take. And number two, at least according to Democrats on the committee who have started to review these.
What's up with these beds that she's laying in around these locations and stuff? She's trying to front like she had absolutely no involvement when we know that you did. Too many people are already incriminating you and blaming you for this stuff. This Ghislaine Maxwell person right here, she just trying to surf the fine lines in order to say just enough not to get a appeal taken care of. And even if I do believe, even if she does not get the appeal, I happen to say, and you guys probably gonna get mad at me for this, I think that once Trump leaves office, there's a possibility that he might pardon her.
These files over the weekend, they say most of what they got of the 30,000 pages out of roughly 100,000 documents related to this case, most of it's already in the court of public domain. So things like court transcripts, which are already publicly available. Now, the Republicans on the committee were really quick to praise this step towards transparency. They were praising the Trump DOJ, comparing it to the Biden DOJ, but they are under enormous pressure, the Republican leadership on Capitol Hill, to show some level of transparency related to the Epstein case. And it's unclear that at least this first batch is going to do the trick.
So, Eric, what do you make of the files that have been released, what we know of them so far? And are you concerned at all about the Oversight's committee's suggestion that they're going to release some of these files?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think just as she just said, you know, if there's 100,000 pages, then 100,000 documents should be released. I don't know why the Oversight Committee or the DOJ is hand-picking documents and deciding what goes to the committee. Just release everything. Anything short of releasing the entire file on Jeffrey Epstein is suspicious, and it's not enough. They need to release the entire files because without so, there's no transparency.
And whoever got a glove here, whoever we kicking out, say their name, say their name. Stop complaining about them. All you got to do, if you got a glove or you've been here for a while, type that person's name and they out of here. That's all you got to do. Y'all know how the game go.
There's no trust of this DOJ. There's no trust that they're not just doing whatever this administration wants them to do. They need to release everything and let the victims get closure so this story can end.
So, Melanie, is the committee expecting more from the DOJ? Will they get all of the files?
Well, they're expecting more. Remember, this also came under a congressional subpoena. That's why these documents are being handed over in the first place. But as I said, this is just the first batch. There's no clear timeline for when and if more documents will be released. And in the meantime, there is a bipartisan push on Capitol Hill from Thomas Massie, a Republican, and Ro Khanna, a Democrat, to force the release of all the files essentially immediately with very minimal redactions. They're threatening to force that vote after they return next week from the August recess. They're also having a press conference with some of the victims of Jeffrey Epstein and his sexual abuse. So this is an issue that's just not going away for congressional Republicans as much as they want it to.
That's right, y'all. We got a lot out of that. I like that. We got a lot of information, and we got rid of some varmint named Vernon. Boom! We waited for him to stick his head out, and he's gone. See you later, Vernon. Bye, Vernon. Vernon. Vern. Hey, Vern. Got your ass kicked out of our bottom line, huh? Being a dickhead, huh? Didn't know we can curse after 3 minutes now. So I'm a bitch. Todd Blanche to Maxwell. When did Epstein's massages start? At the peak. Huh, how does she know about massages? Oh, you said you wasn't arranging them. Then you try to say you wasn't his girlfriend. Oh my God, this lady right here sounds like she's been coerced maybe 2 or 3 days before they came there to do this interview with you. We not stupid, Ghislaine. We know the deal.
When's the last time you think you were with Mr. Epstein? When he got a massage?
I want to say 2007.
2007?
Yes.
And the frequency at that point, so 2007, is that when it was at its peak, would you say? Meaning the number of interactions he was having daily with women and masseuses.
Yesterday she tried to say he was impotent. Not, I don't know about impotent. How you gonna have all in? What you doing? Having all in massages? Just massages, huh? We stupid and we think all he was doing was massages every day with all man, we was born at night, but not last night. Let her know, y'all.
I wasn't really in his life. I happened to be in the Caribbean in 2000. I was with Ted.
Mad Hatter.
And we
done him.
I was still speaking with Epstein because I was still involved in his, loosely with his, the houses and the staff and some of the billing.
Okay, so she's trying to say that she wasn't doing all that other stuff. All she was responsible for was taking care of the houses and the staff, and all of the billing. Yeah, right, Ghislaine. We see what's going on. We not stupid. Like I said, we was born at night, but it wasn't last night. We're going to keep on moving forward now because this Washington, the House Oversight Panel basically subpoenaed the Epstein estate. And now they're going to be interviewing, finally, Alex Acosta. Finally, the one that gave Epstein that big deal in the beginning, gave him probation, let him have his own security and move around how he want. Yeah, Mr. Acosta, you're on the roster now. Let's go.
Quote, reviewing the possible mismanagement of the federal government's investigation of Jeffrey Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell, the House Oversight Committee today announced that they will be interviewing former U.S. Attorney Alex Acosta on September 19th.
If he would have kept him in and gave him longer time, he would have never had the chance to commit the rest of those crimes.
Acosta, as you might remember, is the former Trump labor secretary who way back in 2007, 2008 negotiated that sweetheart plea deal with Jeffrey Epstein. The committee is also issuing a subpoena for the Epstein estate, demanding to see NDAs, non-disclosure agreements, and Epstein's last will and testament, and that alleged birthday book, and any potential list of clients involved in sex acts, or sex trafficking. All of this follows the Friday afternoon release by the Justice Department of a transcript and audio of its interview with Ghislaine Maxwell, the convicted sex trafficker and Epstein associate. In her interview with Deputy Attorney General Todd Blanche, she denied there being any sort of Epstein client list, and she said she never heard allegations that President Trump acted inappropriately. Maxwell also denied that Epstein paid her millions to recruit young women or lured a masseuse from Trump's Mar-a-Lago resort.
Do you have recollection of you ever recruiting a masseuse from Mar-a-Lago spa to go give a private massage to Mr. Epstein?
I've never recruited a masseuse from Mar-a-Lago for that, as far as I remember. I can't ever recollect doing that.
So basically Trump kicked him out for nothing, and that never happened. And the whole story behind it, the staff that knows about it, that was part of kicking him out, making sure that he never came out, excommunicado from Mar-a-Lago. I'm telling you guys, if y'all believe that, I got this bridge, right? Let me tell you something about this bridge. This bridge is sturdy. It's been up for a number of years, but all you got to do is sit at the end of it and add a toll. You guys will eat it up. You guys will make a ton of money. It connects Brooklyn to Manhattan. Only thing I want for it is $1.5 million. And you guys take all of the profits. I'm telling you guys, because if you believe that, I got a bridge in Brooklyn for sale. Keep on moving forward to Australia, where we got this footage of the security guards' final moments shown in the court. Judge would not rule it's a murder as the fight was consensual. Check this out, you guys. It's not always good to win a fight, because sometimes when you win a fight, you lose the fight. I learned that several times, like, oh yeah, let's fight. Boop, bap, boop, bap. Now he's knocked out, and then police come, and he like, it was him. Yo, but you was talking all that stuff before we had the fight. Y'all don't never think Bugatti got the... Watch your head. And I'm over here looking out the window, looking at everybody chilling, going to the pizza shop and everything. And after a while, I said, you know what? Don't let people bait you into fighting. Let's keep on going, y'all. Let's go.
Footage of a much-loved security guard's final moments has been shown in the district court. The 30-year-old tried to move on a drunk patron at a pub in Sutherland, but within 10 minutes he was dead. His attacker today sentenced for manslaughter.
Drunk and kicked out of the Royal Hotel at Sutherland at 2 a.m. But Brian Brown isn't ready to go home. Approaching security guard Musa al-Zahar, and anger turns to violence. Others try to intervene, but Musa takes 3 punches to the head. He fights back, then crumples, and can't be saved. The 30-year-old, a student from Saudi Arabia, who had an underlying heart condition. His attacker, Brian Brown, today sentenced to 3.5 years for manslaughter over the fight in February 2024. The defence arguing neither man was really making an effort to de-escalate.
Yeah.
But the judge said Musa was present in his capacity as security, describing it as a senseless act of violence which caused unimaginable harm and misery. The court heard Brown, a 33-year-old father, has no memory of the attack. He's described his own actions as disgraceful, never applied for bail, and spent the past 18 months behind bars. He'll be eligible for release in February. Annalise Bolt.
I guess he's trying to take some sort of responsibility. He never tried to get bail. Probably feels terrible about the situation after the fact. That's that attitude that's called alcohol attitude. You can't blame it on the alcohol. Once you get those silver bracelets, 3.5 years, and probably would have been more had the other gentleman not been fighting back so much. Terrible situation, tragic situation. And yes, we're still going to pray for the soul of the person that lost his life, as well as the family, and hope that they have strength and resolve through this terrible and tragic event. We ask that today in Jesus' name. Amen. We're going to keep on moving forward, because now we're going to On the Great Space Coaster. Oh, yo, yo, on the Great Space Coaster. Remember that? Come on board. Step inside, we're going for a magic ride. We're going on the other side. We're only... I don't even know the words, but I'm trying over here. Let's go outer space. Well, we got this object. I'm telling you guys, y'all want to pay attention to this, because we got this object that's hurling towards Earth, and there is no blind date of impact, says a professor. This could be possibly sent by extraterrestrials. E.T. Phone home. I'm serious, y'all. Y'all think I'm playing right now. I think aliens are no longer falling back. They're letting themselves be known. Yes, there's an object hurling at us from space. I thought this was fake news.
Object is hurtling towards Earth, and while it could just be a comet, a renowned theoretical physicist is pushing the possibility that it could be a nuclear-powered spacecraft. This is the image of the so-called 3-Eye Atlas, raising new questions, with Harvard professor Avi Loeb theorizing this Manhattan-sized space object could be emitting its own light. And if that's the case, it could indeed be alien technology. Adding to the mystery, 3-Eye Atlas also appearing to lack something all comets have in common, a tail. So what exactly could this be, and are we ready for it? Professor Avi Loeb is joining us live, head of the Galileo Project, best-selling author. Professor, always good to see you. Thanks for making the time tonight.
Thanks for having me, Natasha.
So, Professor Loeb, talk to me about this best photo we have of this object in the glow of light you describe. What makes you think that this could be nuclear powered?
Well, we don't have evidence for nuclear power, but we have evidence that there is no tail behind the object. So we see the object as red. And there was a suggestion maybe dust in front of it is making it red. But in fact, there is not enough dust. There is very little dust in front of it based on the image. In fact, you can get all of this dust over a period of 6 months from a layer that is just 1 millimeter thick. And it could be just dirt evaporated from the surface. The one thing that was reported just a few days ago is from another observatory, Sphere X, that claims to have detected carbon dioxide, CO2, in a large region around this object. We don't know why that the same instrument didn't detect any water. Often, in the case of comets, you see water molecules, and that was not detected. So the mystery remains. Why don't we see a cometary tail? Why do we see glow ahead of the object, not behind it? If the object happens to be 20 kilometers in diameter, as is the case, if the reddening is just the surface of the object, from its brightness, we infer that it must be of order 20 kilometers, then it's very difficult to get such a giant rock out of the rocky material in interstellar space. We expect such a giant rock to be delivered once per 10,000 years or longer. There is not enough rocky material to deliver it within the past decade. So the question remains, what is this object? Is it a very rare rock that is not really a typical comet that we're used to? Or maybe it was targeting the inner solar system because of some technological design. And the trajectory of this object is aligned with the planets around the sun. And that leads me to suggest that we must monitor it. I currently give it a 4. Between 0 for a natural object and a 10 for a definitely technological object. And I hope that the data from the Webb telescope that
They think it's an extraterrestrial flying object or something like that, a UFO, y'all. I don't know what it is, but he was laughing himself. Let's keep on moving forward because we got to get on over to Detroit. Bat, are you in the building? Anybody over here from Detroit? Come on, y'all. We got this 16-year-old boy that was powed in the head. He's found no longer alive in a Detroit park. You guys probably heard about this story right here. We want to try to keep on making sure that we follow up in Detroit as much as possible and everywhere with top heading stories. So let's get into this right here. 6 has to do with the parents as well. They need to be going into their kids' rooms, communicating with their sons and daughters. Daughters on one side as far as sexual, as far as contraception. Boys on one side as far as sexual and contraception, as well as the fact that, you know, criminalities and different things can possibly happen. Also, you're already on a scope when it comes down to who you are. So you got to be careful out there. And if there's no guidance, that's what you're going to get. That's exactly what you're going to get. No guidance. And sorry to say it, we're 40th in education. We got to stop thinking that we're so smart and hit the books again and really get smart. That's what we really need to do. Hit the books. Start being a nerd. It's cool to be a nerd, believe it or not. We're going to keep on moving forward now because we got this boy who won't remove his hat in class. What's behind this issue with the principal who asked the question and cares, gets to the bottom line of what we need more people to do like this. That's right. Sometimes we do good stories too, guys. We don't just do the bad stories. We do the good stories too. Check this out.
Boy won't remove his hat in class. What the principal does behind closed doors stuns parents. Jason Smith sat in his office at Stony Brook Intermediate and Middle School in Indianapolis, Indiana, when an 8th grader, Anthony Moore, was sent to him for refusing to remove his hat in class, defying the school's strict no hat policy. A principal known for seeing behavior as communication, he leaned forward and asked, "What's wrong, Anthony? Why won't you take off your hat?" After 30 minutes with the dean, the 13-year-old admitted his new haircut, done by his parents, looked bad, and he feared classmates' mockery. As a black man, Jason understood the cultural weight of a sharp haircut for young black males, where barbershops are sacred and appearance shapes confidence, especially at an age when peers' opinions sting. He was scared of being laughed at, Jason noted, seeing Anthony's lens. Suspension was the usual fix, but Jason, hating to pull kids from class, had a better idea. He'd been cutting hair since his teens, styling his own kids and college teammates. If I grab my clippers and fix your line, will you go back to class? He asked. Anthony hesitated, then nodded. Jason called Anthony's mom, Tawanda Johnson, for permission, then dashed home for his clippers. Back at school, in a quiet office, he carefully reshaped Anthony's fade, restoring his confidence. Anthony returned to class, hat off, smiling. Tawanda praised Jason's care. He kept my son out of trouble. A photo of the haircut went viral on Twitter X, with users posting, "This principal's a legend." Co-workers, like resource officer Lewis Speaks Sr., said it was typical of Jason's above and beyond approach. In a tough urban school, his empathy showed education thrives on understanding needs.
When you catch them early, you can actually help them out. You can actually make a big difference with kids. I know that from being a kid myself. I was very energetic. I was everywhere with it. I was not controllable. I knew I was going to get into something until guess what I found? I'm really glad they made the Children's Aid Society. That's right, me and Denzel, y'all. He went to the one in Yonkers. I went to the one in Manhattan. Good shout out. Thank you so much, Mad Hatter, for the $4.99 super chat. Whatever happened to them commercials? Do you know where your kids are? It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are? I'd be perfect to do them. I'm going to do it myself. I'm going to do it like this. It's 10 o'clock. Do you know where your children are? And then I'm going to walk off the screen. A whole bunch of people going to curse me out. Yeah, just like that. What the hell are you talking about? Do I know? I already know, because that's what we used to always do after we heard that. Especially if you're a kid. Mind your business. Stop trying to tell on us. New York, Powerball ticket sold in New York. It nets $1 million jackpot, you guys. But guess what? That's only because it had five matches. Now, oh my God. You know what the jackpot is up to? It's up to my rescue. I will have so many dogs saved. I will have a rescue over here. I have so many animals saved if I had $750 million. Woo! Imagine if I went and scratched or played that Powerball and got that $750 million. I'll be the happiest dog saver in the world. Let's go.
This morning, a Powerball ticket worth $1 million was sold at a Stop and Shop in Springfield Gardens, Queens. Check those tickets. That ticket matched five of the numbers drawn last night. The Powerball jackpot now stands at $750 million. It's the game's 10th largest grand prize ever. No ticket matched all six numbers in last night's drawing. The next drawing is tomorrow night. Good luck if you play.
All right, I got a question. Let's try to keep it short and sweet. All you got to do is say the item or the thing that you would do. What would you guys do if you, Batty, if you, Casey, if you, Rebecca, if you, Mark, if you, Jen, if you, Freddie, if you, Angels Among Us, you know what I'm going to say. What would you guys do? Short sentence. What would you do if you won the $750 million Powerball? You're not going to get to keep it all because you know the government going to take about half of it. But what you going to do with your $350? With your $325? What would you do if you won that amount of money? Just one little small thing, a couple of words, whether it's a car, whether it's a Bugatti, what would you do with $350 million? Woo! I know what I'd do. Keep on moving. I'm going to read it. Put it in the comments. I'm going to read them because we got to go over to Chicago. But we got some sisters and a child. Sad story that was laid to rest after a Chicago arson attack. But Chicago, they say that it's safe. Chicago's safe. And you see Trump's trying to send out the National Guard to other cities, right? They're trying to say Chicago is safe. But then you got stories like this. Let's get to some of that. Hit that like button. Feed the poor. A bunch of D-rugs and hotels in Vegas. Mansions on the beach. 815 an estimate for tonight, 365 lump sum. Help many people. I will help my family and donate some of that to a good cause. Pay off mine and all my family's debts. The world is moving out without America. Pay off my debts and my friends and my car payment plus some extra cash. What you mean some extra cash? That's $350 million. You ain't driving that beater no more. You're going to get a better car. And even if it is a nice car right now, talking about paying off some payment, You're going to pay off that payment to give somebody that car because you ain't driving no more. Sad story. Let's get to
Destiny
Chicago.
Henry, known for their unshakable love, their bond with family, style, and determination, were laid to rest today. The service also celebrating the life of Gina's 5-year-old son, Jason.
Terrible.
Close-knit family died during a West Side arson attack in June. WGN's Jewel Hillary reports.
I mean, they had fun. They enjoyed life. They were great moms, and we have to remember them, you know, in a positive light.
Saturday morning, family and friends helped console one another at New Zion Missionary Baptist Church, where they said their final farewell to sisters Gina and Destiny Henry and Gina's 5-year-old son, Jason.
Destiny had a light in her. Well, both of them did, had a light in them that was so bright. And Jason was, like I said before, he had swag, you know, and he was just a cooler guy.
Described as sisters by birth but best friends by choice who were inseparable, 32-year-old Gina and 28-year-old Destiny poured their hearts into their children. Tragically, during the early hours of June 26th, the sisters and Jason were killed when a fire prosecutors say was set intentionally engulfed the Austin apartment they shared.
Terrible.
76-year-old resident Brad Cummings died too.
Terrible.
I just thank God for the time we had with them. Beautiful people.
Prosecutors say 23-year-old Lantre Clark, who faces multiple arson and murder charges, allegedly set the fire after getting upset over seeing a picture on Snapchat of a woman he previously dated and a friend of his who lived in the same building as the Henrys. According to court records, Clark pled not guilty during his arraignment on August 18th. The deadly fire injured several residents, including Gina and Destiny's mom, who survived. Their cousin, Reverend George Smith Jr., says the women lived with their mother.
Terrible situation, you guys. The family lost it. They lost it. They had nothing to do with it. That's the sad part. They had nothing to do with it. All over some crazy, deranged love crap. And we're going to ask the Lord to accept their souls into heaven. This is a terrible, tragic event. Let's hope that the family, as well as the mother and everybody who lost their lives in this, are trying to get their family members that lost the lives of the family members are getting some strength and being able to carry through this, Lord. We ask this in Jesus' name. Amen. Terrible, tragic event. 2 women as well as a child. And he didn't even have his chance to experience life yet. That's the terrible thing right there. And I hope that they bring this guy to justice, talking about he's pleading not guilty. Let's go on over to South Florida, you guys, where these restaurants are scaling back and closing due to rising costs. A lot of people are not paying attention to these restaurants and what's happening, but this is a result of tariffs as well as high prices and a lot of stuff going on right now where people are basically not able to afford to go out and eat anymore, especially in places like South Florida. Why? Because there's not even a lot of people nowadays that are vacationing right now because they just don't have the money.
On to the impact of inflation. Many business owners are dealing with rising costs and some are being forced to close as a result. One restaurant in Miami is now shutting its doors after serving its community for 20 years. Local 10's Bridget Matter is live in Miami with reaction coming from that business. And Bridget, what do they have to say?
Sanella, well, we spoke to several business owners today, and they say inflation, overhead costs are up for them, making things harder. The corner that I'm standing in right now, there's 3 restaurants. One is closed, another is closing, and the one behind me says they are slow this summer. Scorching temperatures and hurricane season thin out crowds in South Florida for summer, but many restaurants are feeling the heat. Andiamo Brick Oven Pizza, serving pies for 25 years.
Why don't you try the first one and then you can do a little side of honey.
Yeah.
Sits at 5600 Biscayne Boulevard, housed in a historic building from the 1950s. Customers are coming in for a final slice.
We're seeing about 25 minutes. Thank you, bye.
Andiamo, in their last days of business. Owners Sasha and Daniel Soika say it's bittersweet.
And we have people who come, oh, I heard you guys were closing. I drove all the way down from Dania or from Delray or wherever.
The brother-sister duo know the restaurant business well. Their father, Mark Soika, was a pioneer in the Miami restaurant scape. The family says times have changed.
I'm excited for if we do something in the future. You know, a lot of people ask if we would sell andiamo, then, you know, the recipes or anything. We would never.
Several factors went into their decision. Overhead and inflation played a part. Andiamo says they're doing things week by week. They'll likely close at the end of September. Right across the street, it's Flora Plant Kitchen. Their owners say this summer is slower than last. Flora Plant Kitchen is a plant-based concept with a Latin twist. It opened in Miami's Mimo neighborhood in 2023.
It's been really tough this summer. Sales are decreased probably like 40% of the regular sales that we had back in April or May.
Owner Sebastian Ochoa says they've stopped serving dinner in summer to help with costs and survive the slow months.
And notice how he's the owner and he's the waiter. That's right. Somebody lost their job. He had to step up in order to take that job. That's how it is in the restaurant industry, you guys. It's really rough. I don't know if you guys are feeling it in your state, your city, or your neighborhood, but times are rough right now. And that's why I always tell you guys, I know it's hot out here for a pimp. So I don't really try to hit your pockets when it comes down to the tips, even though we appreciate it. What we really try to do is try to get those likes up to let more people know what we got going on over here. And also, go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you have not already subscribed to the channel. Become a member. We got much more. Let's get on over to FBI, to Texas, where the FBI, no, we're going to get over here. Let's go to New York, where Kathy Jokel Hochul is trying to raise the fare of the trains after she's already made $196 million from taking money from congestive pricing. Check this out, you guys. So on top of those two things, we got the 196. And then we got coming in another month or two, another month is a train fare increase. They want you to go on a train. I guess they want you to go on a train because they're asking for a fare increase. Now because of things like this, you'll get the chance to probably get punched in the mouth. That's right. If someone's smoking a cigarette on the train, you better not say nothing. Because if you do, pow, stay in your place. You might get punched in the mouth like this lady right here, that Kathy Jokel. This is one of the tourist attractions of New York right now. The possibilities of getting your butt whipped. That's right. Check this out right here. A man punches a woman in the face for asking him to put the cigarette out on the subway.
New at 6, police are looking for a man who attacked a passenger on a 2 train.
The Lego Marvel breakfast, the greatest superpower.
So basically, she tried to say, "Excuse me, sir, you mind putting your cigarette out?" He said, "Itch, shut the hell up. Bow, stay in your place."
Surveillance video of the suspect. Now, that attack was last month on a northbound 2 train near the Grand Concourse and East 149th Street. Police say the suspect began smoking a cigarette on the train. When the woman asked him to put out the cigarette, that is when the suspect punched her multiple times. She suffered minor injuries.
Yep. And what they said, "Oh, don't worry, we put so much more police on the train. There's a lot of police down there right now. You guys don't got to worry about nothing out there." No, he don't got to worry about the police messing with him, because you saw how confident he was, walking through all intimidating, like daring somebody to say something. Now, what if somebody would have came through the other side like, "Can you smell it? What the Rock is cooking?" He would have came in there and been like, "Oh yeah, I just saw what you did," and smacked him right in his head, right? What if The Rock would have came in, or somebody big like that, right? Like somebody that really know, like Mike Tyson in his prime. "Hey, yeah, I saw that. Boop bap, boop bap." Yeah, that's what we need. We need some A-whooping vigilante justice out here. So people could be like, "Hey man, I know the police ain't around, but we got this one guy running around that's kicking people butt for trying to mess with people." This is when we do need some vigilantes, and I'm all for it. We're gonna get on over, we gotta get on over to this court in Detroit. Come on, Detroitians. Come on, you fellow Detroitians. We got to get to the court that denies bond for a 14-year-old accused of illing a transgender man. Yeah, this is a man dressed as a woman. I don't know why they always say this, "Oh, it's a woman," or whatever like that. Just because they try to put that T word in the front of it, it's still a man, all right? So you got this man over here that, sorry to say it, has lost his life. And because of a teenager that probably didn't know what was going on, and yeah, took it too far.
Now to this. The details are disturbing. A teen is accused of strangling a transgender woman to death and stealing her money and her cell phone, then leaving her body in an alley behind a laundromat.
It's a case that has some neighbors and LGBTQ advocates speaking out. Local 4's Damon Fernandez joins us now with more. Damon.
Not condoning anyone losing their lives. And it sounds like he probably knew something, that already knew what he was getting into. So no. We're going to make sure we retract that. This fool here probably knew what was going on.
Well, that fatal assault happened on Woodward near 6 Mile. You know, it's an area many neighbors say is known by people looking for sex workers, including those identifying as transgender. Now, the criminal charges in this case have some advocates opening up about an often unspoken reality. It's the tragedy behind this laundromat near Palmer Park.
The allegations here, quite simply, they're unacceptable.
A black transgender woman beaten and strangled to death in this alley back in June. And now this week, investigators announcing they're charging 18-year-old Malik Fales in connection to that murder.
They're dangerous to the highest degree, and they're hideous.
During his court appearance, prosecutors allege the teen paid the victim, 28-year-old Christine Hayes, to perform a sex act in the alleyway. Prosecutors say once completed, things took a violent turn.
Allegedly finding out that the victim identified as a transgender. And as a direct result of that, we have this defendant who allegedly ended up choking that individual to death.
Obviously, we are all heartbroken and devastated.
Brendan Bell is Associate Director of Programs and Services with Affirmations Community Center. Bell says violent assaults on members of the transgender community is a reality happening far too often.
I don't know a single trans or non-binary person, both that I know in my life personally, or that I work with on a day-to-day basis, that isn't terrified right now.
Bell.
I also got to say on the topic of this, there's a lot of trans people that don't tell about who they are before they get to know somebody. So that's the part that's pretty, not fair. You know, you're not letting somebody know that you're possibly a man or a woman, and they may not swing that way. They probably think that you're of one gender and you're actually not. So when they find out things like this happen, I'm not condoning anything like this at all. No one should lose their life at all. But what I am trying to say is, if you are trans and you want to go and perform and be whoever you are, there's people that's interested in doing what you want to do. Just be honest and say who you are. Believe it or not, you probably get them to act themselves even more. Because a lot of these people be playing like they ain't, but they be down with it. And then we want to thank the Mad Hatter again for a $4.99 super chat. I vote Bugatti for Superpower Slapper Hero. Ooh, that'd be fun. I'm gonna need two people behind me though to make sure that we get everybody and I don't get jumped. And they're gonna have some weapons just to make sure. I ain't got no problem to go with the hands. We got a lot of sneaky people out there try to pull weapons. So I got you on that one. We're gonna keep on going forward, you guys. We gotta keep on moving forward. Because now we got this situation that a lot of men are angry about. Yeah, a lot of men are angry about this. We got a Rotterdam woman that's accused of running a prostitution operation at a local spa. She's been arrested. Damn, and I know a lot of guys are like, you mean to tell me I didn't know that was going on in Rotterdam? Come on, y'all, let's get into it. And if y'all appreciating the content, go ahead and double tap that screen and get those likes up, because we got this situation going on in Rotterdam that a lot of men are going to be mad about.
We are learning more details this afternoon about a Rotterdam woman accused of running a prostitution operation in multiple capital region areas under the guise of a massage business. This comes after the FBI raid.
Massage business. Jeffrey Epstein. Massages. Sound kind of similar there, huh?
Did two of those businesses yesterday and arrested Qingxin Xie, who's also known as Coco, and is now facing multiple federal charges. Let's head over to Benny Nazai, who is live for us in Waterford and has the latest details.
Dudes in Waterford like, yo, you for real? I ain't even know that was going on over there. Damn.
On this case, Benny.
Well, Rachel, we're here in front of Sun Spa, which was one of the businesses part of yesterday's FBI raid. And I'll step out of the way so you guys can see this, where there's now an order to vacate sign on.
Got somebody in the comments trying to help her with her next establishment set up. Somebody says she's dumb for setting it up under a massage business. That's a dumb move. Jen B, how you trying to give her tips on how to set up the business going forward? It has been a long drawn out thing that they have been doing for years, though. They always say massage business since the 60s. Come on, y'all.
on the front door posted by the town of Waterford. The FBI also raided Mood Spa in Rotterdam yesterday, which Shia also ran. Now, according to a criminal complaint, Shia is facing racketeering charges for managing a prostitution business through her spas in Waterford, Rotterdam, and East Greenbush. Authorities had been investigating this for nearly 2 years and was done through physical and electronic surveillance, as well as customer and financial document reviews. Now, in that complaint, prosecutors say that sex services were advertised online with girls in suggestive clothing. Investigators interviewed people coming out of the spas who said they had paid around $200 in cash for sex acts.
Why are you snitching? I know there's people in the comments like, yo, why they was snitching? Why they telling? I'm saying it for y'all. This is not me. I'm saying it for you guys. Come on.
Or sexual intercourse through a cash-only business. In addition, court documents show that investigators surveilled Shia and was seen depositing large amounts of cash into ATMs and was able to purchase a vehicle. Her East Greenbush spa closed in October of last year, shortly after a raid, and investigators say sex acts were also being done at a motel in Colony.
Me so horny. Me so horny. Me so horny. Me love you long time. Me so horny. Me so horny. Me so horny. God, y'all saying in the comments. I'm just saying the other part. Me love you long time. Let's keep on going. Oh my God, because we got this fool in Florida where they never fail to give us a banger. Always at the right time too. Come on, Florida. Step to the front of the stage. We got this man that's been arrested after a drone carrying D-Rugs crashes into somebody else's house. This fool think that he gonna be on some doom, 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 doom. You need the D-Rugs? I'm gonna send my drone over there to drop it off. And the drone crashed into somebody else's house. They call the police. Guess what he got? Silver bracelets. He got those silver bracelets. They're one size fits all for everybody. Let's keep on going. This fool tried to fly a drone to sell some D-Rugs. Now, I done heard it all now. I done heard it all. Let's go.
The Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office says a man, listen to this, was trying to deliver drugs with a drone. Well, the problem is, didn't make it to the right place. Ended up at the backyard of a home in Lutz. Fox 13's Kylie Jones joins us live outside the Hillsborough County Courthouse with details. Kylie, this new technology is changing things for a lot of people. I guess even these kind of people.
Yeah, you see something new every day, Mark, and that overhead drug delivery, it didn't clear one of the homes in its path, and those homeowners certainly didn't authorize that delivery. Ultimately, it was the suspect's creativity that led to him getting busted. As most people slept around 1 a.m. Tuesday on Hannah Michaela Lane in Lutz, a late-night delivery was on its way. All of a sudden, one homeowner heard a clatter against the back of their house.
He walks outside to discover a drone had crashed in his backyard. He picks up the drone when he sees that the drone has a brown cloth bag attached to it.
This family wasn't expecting a package. The homeowners tell us they opened up the bag, and this is what they found. 3
bags with fentanyl powder and 1 bag of methamphetamine.
They immediately called the Hillsborough County Sheriff's Office. Before deputies could get there, Sheriff Chad Chronister says the homeowners saw him outside.
In his backyard with a flashlight looking for the drone.
Then the homeowners tell us they heard 3 separate knocks at the door. Their security footage captured that delivery driver or drone operator looking for the missing package.
Dun-dun-dun.
Deputies found Jason Brooks waiting outside the house.
Wait, where's this drone at the moment? It showed me it was in the backyard, but I tried to knock. You know we can't just be going at people's backyards trying to look for shit. I know, that's why I knocked.
Another deputy went inside the home to unbox the package.
Oh, names. Oh, okay.
The sheriff says each bag was labeled with his customers' names. On the 4th bag,
share this. Okay. All right. Well,
Chronister says there's no doubt Brooks was trying to make sure this flight went undetected.
give me the remote.
Yeah.
Put your hands around your back.
There we go.
Jason Brooks.
Come on,
Brooks
we want to
made
hear
a
the
first
whole
appearance
thing.
in court over video conference Wednesday afternoon. Now, deputies will look at drone data to try to track this special delivery. And Brooks did again appear in court virtually. This afternoon, a judge granted him bond on a number of charges, including possession with intent to sell, but he's being held without bond on a warrant out of Pasco County for failure to appear.
Oh my God, I'm talking about he went for the gun. He said, I'm gonna be the new age dealer, y'all. I'm gonna do it by drone. And then he had the nerve to call, the police pulled up and he's like, yeah, well, he had the nerve to admit that he was there for the drone. Yeah, well, my drone is somewhere in the back. It says reading back there. Oh yeah, yeah, and that's why they were able to put you together with the drone, and you got locked up, and they ain't gonna let you out because you got that warrant. Good for you. You got exactly what you deserve. Now let's get over to let's go over to this to this 10-year-old. I love this right here. We got a 10-year-old Georgia farmer who makes history. What did she do, you guys? What did she do? She got a scholarship. She got a scholarship from the what's that? HSBC? How they say it? She got a scholarship, and it's not for basketball, not for athletics, not for anything in the gym. She got it for agriculture. You guys are gonna help me out with that word, what it is. Or I'll just see it over here, and I'll get it right with you guys, and I'll let you know which one it is. It's the 10-year-old who's she's from Georgia. She's a farmer, and she makes history with a full ride with an HBCU scholarship, and it's for agriculture, not sports. Let's go.
The path to success isn't always paved.
I'm picking some cherry tomatoes.
For Kendall Ray Johnson, it's planted, watered, and grown.
Tomatoes over here, watermelons over there.
In South Fulton, this 10-year-old farmer is proving success can take root anywhere.
You can only get it when it's orange.
In this backyard, the fruits of her labor aren't just measured in crops, but confidence.
Yeah, this one's good.
Growth can look like patience, care,
He just wants to stay cool.
and watching dreams take root.
Farm animals, I love them, they love me.
She's the youngest certified farmer in the country.
We have our first brown egg.
And now she's celebrating something even bigger.
What is this? This is bigger than any egg that we ever had.
Every new sprout, every fresh discovery,
This has to be a double yolk.
shaping not just her farm, but her future.
She just wanted to grow. And once she found her love of just wanting to grow, I think that blossomed into what you see today.
That look like some good fruit.
Her mom, Ursula, says Kendall is leading their family farm
They're not quite ready yet.
and leading by example.
We're just following the 10-year-old and her dream.
And where Kendall's headed, she's planting a whole new vision for what success can grow into.
I'm not like the first 10-year-old to get a full ride scholarship.
I literally was like, we do that? That can be done?
South Carolina State University awarded Kendall Ray a full ride scholarship,
These are super sweet 100s.
not for sports, but for agriculture.
As the president, I can do that for an athlete. I should be able to do that for an ag scholar.
In Georgia, where agriculture is the state's top industry, Kendall Ray's story is planting seeds of change.
What do I want for my future? Well, I want 100 acres of land.
Her dreams growing as fast as her farm
You also check if it's hollow.
and inspiring others to grow alongside her.
Keep going. Keep being amazing. You do you.
In South Fulton, Caitlin Ross, 11 Alive News.
What y'all think about that? 10-year-old got a scholarship, a ag scholarship, and she made the principal say, you know what? If I can do it for sports, why can't I do it for something like that? Y'all tell me that wasn't a fantastic story right there. Kendall, God bless you, girl, and keep on doing what you're doing. And you are definitely showing other little kids that they can do great things just like you. You guys trying to make some money, hit that link in the description and fill out one of those surveys, and you guys will probably be able to make up to $450 today. You'll make some money. I'll make some money too. Also, it's going to be your last chance right now to hit that like button, hit that membership button, share and subscribe. Come on now, become a member. Hit that subscribe button right there. You guys, y'all see what we do, and we do it every day. That's right, you guys. We do it every single day. Anybody here got a business, mobile barber, might be a detailer, you might do something as far as landscaping, send your promotions over to us in a 1080 by 1080 frame in order to go into the post notification area. You got to be subscribed or a member of the channel. We have no problem sharing our demo and our love with you. Send it over. Maybe you'll get some more business. Also, yes, coming up next week, we got that Show Your Talent search where I myself, Bugatti NYC, y'all see me right there, right? I'm going to be at that talent show, that talent search. I'm going to be one of the hosts. It's sponsored by Big Drip Hard Punch. What's going on is you guys will have a chance to make $250 in the borough of Brooklyn after I let you know where the location is. After we get everybody together and all boroughs come together, after we get 5 different winners, we're going to have everybody come together to win $1,000. Again, I'm going to be the host of that event. You guys saw the last one that we did with DJ Don Dada from Black Ink Crew. And of course, it's again sponsored by Big Drip Hard Punch. Anybody want to be a part of that talent show? All you got to do is go over to www.drinkbigdrip.com. First page, go down, join the mailing list. That's it. Once you join the mailing list, you've already signed up. We're going to let you know where the location is at. That's right, you guys. Drink some water. It's Tuesday. It's business time. Get out there, do what you got to do. Problems present opportunities. There's a lot of times where we may have a problem, but you know the goal is to get through it, get past it, and get better. Trying to get up to achievement. All you got to do is train yourself and keep on focus. And guess what? As long as the man upstairs keep you going and you keep focusing, you got a chance to make it happen, y'all. You got a chance to make it happen. Again, it's your boy Bugatti NYC, and like I always tell you, y'all could have went anywhere, but the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. So until tomorrow, hump day, I want everybody to have a fantastic day. I hope you enjoyed the show. I know I did. Can't wait to stack the deck for tomorrow, get some new information going. Y'all about to see that new thumbnail go up, and we're going to do what we do. So until tomorrow, y'all could have went anywhere. But the fact of the matter that you came here to chill with me, I appreciate you. So what we going to say, y'all? Get 'em! Peace.